Just X, where we talk about friendship, relationships, and the what do we do now moments in life. This is a podcast by two X's who are besties, because who better to help you walk through the great midlife shifts than someone who dumped you in the past? I'm Gloria.
And I'm Zina. And welcome, everybody. And we're back. Oof. How you doing?
Ooh, starting out for the sigh? We haven't even been on here for 25 seconds and you're already sighing.
No.
Oof, what's going on?
Just out in the street trying to survive, Glo.
Is it rough? Is it hard out here for a pimp? What's going on?
I'm in Queens, yo. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm in the mean streets of Queens.
Well, it's like that movie Coming to America, Queens.
Oh, yeah. Remember he pointed to the globe? He spun the globe and then he was like, Queens.
Yeah, that's where you find his queen.
Funny.
So what's wrong with are you okay in the mean streets of Queens? I mean, I never thought of Queens as the mean streets, but...
Well, this is the thing. I thought Queens as like liberal, progressive. I'm in New York City. So safe, like safe in that way. You know what I mean? And I was out walking my dog this morning, minding my own business, as they say. And this man pulls up in his SUV and just starts yelling at me about, first of all, he got his facts wrong because he said something, you know, the woman that was locked in the chambers who...
Yes, in Texas, yeah.
In Texas, who was suing Trump. What was her name?
The Congresswoman? Nicole Collier, I think.
Well, from Texas, who sued Trump because she was locked in against her will.
So I think you're talking about the state representative, Nicole Collier, who was, you know, when all of the Democrats left because they didn't want to sign that gerrymandering bill, she was one of them. And then they came back and then they said, basically, we're going to give you a police escort. We're going to have a police officer follow you around, see whatever you're doing so you don't leave the state. And other people signed off on it and she refused to sign it. And so basically they were like, you can't leave the chambers. Yeah. Which is some real crazy shit.
Her first name's Nicole, right?
I think so, yes.
Right. So this I'm minding my own business, walking my dog in Queens. And this man pulls over, probably in his late 60s, pulls over in some kind of like a Honda CRV type deal. And he just starts yelling at me. So of course, first I'm just like really confused. And he's like
thinking you did something wrong or something.
Yeah. I'm like, what? Did my dog pee on his something? Like, what is this? Was this his like pole? I don't understand what's going on here. And he starts yelling at me like, you know who Nicole Crockett is, right? First of all,
so he's conflating.
He's conflating because he's taking Jasmine Crockett and combining it
with Nicole Collier,
from this woman from Texas. So
Nicole Crockett.
That's number one. You know who Nicole Crockett is, right? And I'm like, no. Like, I'm so confused at this point. I'm like,
actually, I don't.
And he's like, she was suing Trump. She was in Texas and she was locked in, and she sued Trump because they locked her in that Capitol, and she can't sue Trump. She lost. And I'm like,
what?
First of all, I'm still trying to just out walking my dog Simon. I don't know what's happening here.
Was it early in the morning too? It's a little early.
No,
to be coming at
10. It was around Simon Smith. It was around 10.
It's still too early.
So
it's still too.
And I'm like, sir, he's just yelling at me, and I'm like, I haven't even had my coffee yet.
I was going to ask you, had you had coffee?
No.
Oh God.
So I'm incredibly confused, and I'm just like, what is it? Who is Nicole Crockett? First of all, let's start there, right?
What's also crazy about this is that this is a complete stranger, right?
Yeah, I don't know this guy. I'm literally walking my dog, minding my own business,
and then
the car swerves. Oh, I'm not even in the intersection or anything. It's not like I was crossing the street. He almost hit me and started yelling. I'm minding my own business, walking down the sidewalk, and his car pulls over. He rolls down his window and he says, do you know who Nicole Crockett is? And I was just like, okay, sir, I don't. The Congresswoman from Texas. And I'm like, okay, sure. Yes, I know who you're talking about. I'm not Nicole. But I just said, yeah, sure. And he's like, That's when he goes into like immigration and illegal immigrants and how Trump's doing such a good job getting everybody out and how he's the answer and everybody just needs to realize he's
Mm.
the answer. And I I said to him, sir, I first of all, I just was like, I once I understood what was happening, I was like, oh, this is crazy. This is he's there's crazy talk happening here, right? And
Yes,
so I just
yes.
took a breath because I it's funny because it hit me on a day. I was having a really bad day. I was on a really just kind of like, I don't know, just not in a great place. And so
Mm.
when I was walking my dog, I was kind of in a fog, kind of in my own head, like in this bubble of just not in a good place. So first of all, he had to break that bubble, right? He had to like get my attention, which he did. And then I had to kind of wake up from the bubble and say, "Oh, okay, this is crazy talk and what am I going to do, right? Am I going to engage?" And I did. I engaged.
Well, even before getting to the engaging, there are a couple things here that I find what a violation. Like, I don't like to engage in political talk unless it's something I'm choosing to do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I don't want to be accosted
No.
on the street, and next thing you know, I have to turn into Rachel Maddow, and I'm just trying to walk my dog.
Yeah.
So
But I think what
that's a
he saw was a black woman. He's
mm-hmm.
equating Nicole Crockett with me. And he's saying, okay,
Uh-huh.
I bet she's this black woman who's walking her dog is really upset
Yeah.
because Nicole Crockett was trying to sue Trump and couldn't. So I'm going to rub it in her face. That's probably what this stems from.
And that's not even what was happening. That's not even what was happening with Nicole. So anyway, so then what happened? So what do you say to this, you know, madman? Let's give him a name. Can we give him a name? Give me a name off the top of give me something. Give me a name for him.
Luigi.
Oh, okay, like that children's game that we used to play back in
Yes.
the day. Okay,
We're going
so
to call him Luigi.
Luigi.
Yep.
Okay, Luigi stops you. So then when once you wake up and realize it's before I've had my coffee, but I'm out of my bubble. Luigi is yelling at me. What do you do in this situation? Right.
I said to him, okay, sir, I understand your frustration. I hear you. Trump's promise was, I'm going to get rid of criminals, gangsters, and rapists. But you see, sir, the issue is that he's also deporting children. He's going into schools and actually, like, kids are getting deported.
Yeah.
Students are getting deported. People who actually are American citizens are being swept off the streets. So I hear what you're saying, Trump's promise, but what's actually happening is X, Y, and Z.
Mm-hmm.
And
And how did he respond? And how did he respond to that?
well, he just started talking over me. And, yeah, well, no, those people, you have to have some of that because those are, that's the casualties of the situation. Those are the casualties of the bigger plan, And I'm like, okay, sir, but you're not listening to what I'm saying. So this is part of the issue. When you're talking to me, my ears are open and my mouth is closed. And I'm
And I gotta say, Zena, even that you didn't go the fuck off on this man is amazing and miraculous to me. Because if said Luigi had accosted me on the street verbally talking about Nicole Crockett, I probably would have lost it, particularly early in the morning, like 10 o'clock when I hadn't had any coffee. So that you're even willing to listen to him
yeah.
is a feat, in my opinion.
This is the thing, Glow. I feel like this is just part of surviving as a black woman. Like, I feel like in general is that like they expect you to go off. They
Mm.
expect you to have an attitude, right? This is who they see you and they're like, I'm going to yell at this black woman and get engaged and they want to engage, right? And they think they're going to get attitude back. So that's just going to fuel the flames even more. So I wanted to not give him what he expected, right?
Oh, I would give it to him all day. I would be coming from all kind of angles. You'd be like, Gloria, what a performance you just put on, because I would be performing for him. I would be snapping, I would be rolling, I would make myself real big, like when you see a bear, like, just I would be doing the most, because someone like that to me does not deserve.
But they want to fight. They want to fight.
That's right. You know what? And I'm mad too. I want to fight too. So we both want to fight at this point. We got two people who want to fight. Me and Luigi need to
I hear
have
you.
it.
I hear you. But like, this is the thing. So I said to him, I hear you. When you're talking, my mouth is closed, my ears are open. But when I'm talking to you and I'm telling you my
Mhm.
perspective of what Trump is doing, you're yelling over me. You're not
Mm,
listening. And this is part of the problem is that you don't listen. You don't want to
mm.
hear my perspective. We are not listen. You're not. We can't. We can't have an actual conversation like this. So, do you want to have an actual conversation? Blah, 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 but I don't know. And you know, people just. And it's just like I literally. I tried. Do you know what I mean? I tried to say, can you have an honest conversation? And he went into some other crazy. And then when I tried to come back on that, he sped away. Because the thing is, he's in a car. So he can say what he has to say and drive off. His car is his shield. His car is his like getaway. So he said
Yeah.
one last thing and like sped off. And I was just like, what the fuck just happened? Like, what the fuck was that? Do you know
And
what I mean?
imagine getting up in the morning, getting in your car and thinking, oh, I see a lone Black woman with her dog. Now's my opportunity to tell her how I really feel. It's like, what did he think he was doing other than ruining your fucking day?
But this is the thing. I'm in New York City. I did not
Yeah.
expect this. Like, I'm walking around New York City, like pre coffee, like, you know what I mean? And this is the least thing that I would expect in New York City. I would think, okay, this is a blue state, it's a safe place. And even here, I have a white man screaming at me from his car about, and what I don't understand is like, he won. You guys won.
Mhm,
Do you know what I mean?
mhm.
So just take it, just, you guys got it. Like, just be humble about the win. You know what I mean? How are people sore winners? Not sore losers, but sore winners, where they continue to have to talk about. Do you know what I mean? Like, find some innocent person off the street and scream at them about how people just don't understand. Trump is the best thing that ever happened to this country. Like, don't you understand? Trump is doing the right thing, and then screaming that at me.
In 2016, um, something similar happened to me. I was living on Sunset, and then I was going to the janky Rite Aid that's
Yeah,
on the corner of Sunset and Fairfax, and it was me and Niles. And it was kind of like 6:30, 7 o'clock, and it wasn't quite dark yet. And walking, and I have the walk sign, so I'm not like walking against the
yeah,
traffic. I'm following the rules.
yeah,
And this driver, and he was a Lyft driver, and I know because this is back when they still had the lights
yeah.
on their car that would light up, say like Lyft. And he was driving a gray Toyota Yaris,
Ooh,
and he rolled down his window and he said, "It's Trump's world now. It's Trump's world now. You'll see. It's Trump's world." And I'm like, I was like you in a way, like in a bit of a fog. And I was like, I'm just going to the Rite Aid. Like, I'm just going to the Rite Aid. And here you are trying to, I don't know. I don't know if he was trying, because he sped off in his Yaris. So I don't know if he was trying to intimidate me. I don't know if he was like this guy where he just like saw a lone Black woman with a dog, again, with a
with a
dog.
dog. That's what I'm saying. What is it about black women and dogs that makes us a target for these people to yell at us about Trump? What is it?
It probably could be that you were just living your life. And because even in the circumstances that we are in, we are still trying to just live.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe just being so casual and enjoying your morning was too much for him because of Nicole Crockett's of the world that are, maybe it was just some kind of reaction that he had. I think it's something, though, that you tried to engage with this lunatic. I mean, Luigi was clearly a lunatic.
I know. And like Vic told me, like when I came home, like completely verklempt, and told her the story, she was like, "Why did you engage him? Do never do that again. Do not engage those people." I got
I,
scolded a little bit. I got a little scolded. I was like,
you
"Oh,
should have gotten scolded because that person is probably not a sane person. They're not a reasonable person. And I get it, because there was a while, Zena, where online I would like be trying to do like try to get in there and try to have reasonable conversations with people.
mm-hmm.
And back in the day when I was on Twitter,
Yeah,
this must have been back in, oh no, it was in 2020, when the election was happening again with Biden. And there was this guy and he was commenting on how, Kamala, it was a white guy commenting, Kamala isn't black, da 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 da. And I was like, can I send you a direct message? And because I think sometimes if you take it off of the main feed, maybe you can have
Well, it's the
conversation.
hope. We both had hope that maybe we could like change someone's, not even change someone's mind, just get someone to see a different perspective or think of something differently. And I think it could have been possible, like with like Bush or other Republican candidates, but
Yeah.
there's something
But let me
different
tell you, with this guy, so so then I got him off the main
here.
Twitter feed.
Yeah.
And then I brought him into the DMs, and then we started talking, and I started asking him questions like,
Mhm.
where's he from? What does he do for a living? And it turns out he used to be an actor.
Oh my God.
He went to school for acting, and now he worked for UPS. So we're talking, and I said, I'm out in LA. And then he asked me, is it true that they have restaurants where in LA where the celebrities go and they eat flesh and people? And I was like,
Okay.
I don't,
See, that's
I
when
don't.
I would have hung up or blocked. Like, that's it.
And I was
You
like,
still
no.
engaged after that?
Yeah, I did.
Ugh.
And I was like, I don't really know anything about this. I've never heard of anything like this. All of the people that I know in LA just eat regular fruits, vegetables,
Salads from Sweet Greens, like,
just standard meat. A lot of them eat kale. A lot of them are vegan,
yeah.
but I don't know any restaurants. And then he sent me like the name of a restaurant. He's like, "This is where it happens." And I was like, "No, this is not real. I don't know where you got this from." So anyway,
Mm.
so we're going back and forth, and eventually, I get to him about Kamala being black.
Mhm.
And he was like, but her family, her dad was from Jamaica. And I was like, but that's still black. And then I explained to him the difference between African American, Black American, and also black. And I was like, there are a lot of people that can fit under the umbrella of black. So,
He knows
so,
you're black.
and he knows I'm black.
Okay.
And so eventually, so we started like corresponding kind of like back
Oh
and
my
forth.
God. Was it over several days?
This was over several days. But then this is what was real crazy. After January 6th,
Yeah.
his whole profile disappeared.
Was he there?
I don't know.
Oh.
Because I went back to try to talk to him and be like, hey, were you at this thing?
Hey, buddy. Hey.
Hey, were you at this thing? And then the whole thing was gone. Even our conversation was gone. But at the point, he had agreed to not say that she wasn't black anymore. So he did move like a
Oh,
tiny
so
bit
you
on that.
made, well, that's a success story. Mine was not. I did not get through to this guy. He sped off. But yours, you actually changed a tiny, tiny portion of someone's perspective, which is huge.
Yeah.
What was
But
was the restaurant that he thought people were eating humans called Roscoe?
I don't,
Roscoe's Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Roscoe's Chicken and Fingers.
yeah, but because I understand the impulse
Mhm.
to try to engage with people and want to come to a place of understanding with people. But I think some people and people who are pulling up to you like that, they don't want to engage. They want to basically
They want to
shit.
fight. They just want to
They want
say
to
their
fight.
perspective, and they're ready to fight.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to fight. I was very calm. You know how we used to like, remember Glow in New York? We used to go into those schools and do a lot of work with little kids on like conflict
Yeah.
resolution. That all
Yeah.
came back to me. It all flooded back. My ears are open while my mouth is closed. See, son, my mouth is closed. My ears are open. See what's happening on your end. Your mouth is going. Your ears are closed. Like it became like very like talking to a
Yeah.
kindergartner, and it did not de-escalate him at all. So I is we're just in it. It's just a different time because the goal would seem like, okay, we don't listen to one another. Both sides, neither one wants to, and so it's like, okay, you hear like it's important to try to listen to the other side. So I
Mm-hmm.
do. I try to really talk to people. There's a person who I know through other friends who's like a white business guy. And I knew for a fact he voted for Trump. And I don't
Mm-hmm.
have many Trump people in my world, right? Because of like, right? I don't have many friends who voted for Trump, many family members. So I want to understand like I personally have very few opportunities to engage and to actually engage
Yeah.
with someone who is for all intents and purposes, seems like a nice guy, right?
Mhm.
So I asked this guy, "Could you mind if I know you voted for Trump, and
Voted
I just want to
Yeah.
understand, like, I just want to understand what's going on here." And for him, he just said, basically, like, I ignore all the stupid shit he does, and I
Mm,
voted for him because I'm a businessman, I'm in real estate, and I want to
mm.
keep my money. Like, I want my money, and I want it safe, and I want legacy for my children, and this and this and
Mhm.
this, and I want to keep my money solid. And so I vote with Trump because he helps me keep my money.
I can see why they would have that perspective. What I don't understand is people without money still making that choice,
Yeah.
because you're making a choice to, in effect, voting against their own best interest. That's the part that I'm curious about. Like, what makes them do that? Because it's not like he's like this real estate guy that's like, I want legacy for my kids and money. It's like,
I
okay,
think
but
it's
you don't have
because Yeah, I think it's because they'd rather not eat eggs for a while and maintain the they see
white
him as
supremacy.
protecting the white race. They see it as getting back to make America great again means making America white again, like purifying it, right? Again, like, okay, getting rid of all the illegals, like getting rid of you know, getting rid of like anything that's specific to black people or whatever, Asian, like getting rid of special programs for anybody of color. Like, he's getting rid of DEI, he's getting rid of affirmative action. He's like, he is for them. And so I think they feel like no matter what he does, that he is their representative in that way, and like making sure that
Mm.
white people are still in control and still the majority and still right at the top. And so I think the price of it, they're just like, okay, well, I'm willing to not eat eggs, or I'm willing to lose my health insurance if he's
Mm.
protecting,
Yeah, white
our
supremacy.
agenda and white supremacy. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's like, so you saw, I'm sure you saw that article or saw in the news. I don't know if you're watching news right now. I took a break and then I tapped back in and I was like, I
Yeah.
should
No,
take
I
another
took a
break.
break. I took a break.
But there is a town in Arkansas that where they're building like an all white town. I watched the video about it to see like, okay, exactly what is going on in this inside the whites
Hmm.
only town in Arkansas.
Hmm.
And the men are doing like the building of things and the women are responsible for watching the kids and
Hmm.
all of that stuff. So it's kind of like homesteading. And one of the things they were saying, like, we only want like white American white people. They don't even want like white people
Oh,
from like Yugoslavia or anything. They're just like, and they don't want any Jewish people and they don't want any gay people.
yeah.
They just want like that thing. And I'm like, let them have it.
Yeah.
That's what you want to do? Go ahead. Now, what I don't want them is to like, you give them an inch and they take a mile.
Hmm.
That is something I think we got to look out
Hmm.
for. But if they want to have that, let them have it.
Actually saw that as well on like CBS Sunday Morning News or something. And what's so weird is like I watched it several times because the guy just seemed like
Hmm.
normal and reasonable. You know what I mean? I was just like, he's just
Yeah,
like, yeah, I
I'm not
mean,
asking for a lot. I'm not asking for a
he's like,
lot. I just,
yeah, we just like white people and we're just bringing it back to the land. And, he's like, when the guy asked him, well, so are you saying that like black people can't come and Jewish people can't come and gay people? He's like, well, do you let everyone in your house? And I was like, oh, snap. I'm like, oh my, like, it's like, okay, well, I see his perspective. Yeah. And the woman, they interviewed a woman and she said, yeah, but like, gay people have their own communities and black people, they have their own special things. So this is just our thing, basically, is what she said.
you know what?
Yeah.
I believe in having intentional communities. We talk about this all the time. Like
Yeah.
when we talked to Sherry, we talked about wanting to have like a lesbian commune. And
Mhm.
I want to have a multi-culti kind of queer lesbian commune. I
Mhm.
would like to live like that.
Yeah.
And I don't want anybody over there
Yeah.
that doesn't want to be over there. And the other thing is like let them have it, because you know what? I would rather have them all together than sprinkled in, running around, coming up to you when you're walking down the street with your dog. I would rather have them over there together where they can complain together and not out on the streets in Toyota Yaris driving by talking to me
Yeah.
or
Yep.
rolling up on you in Queens.
Yeah.
Let them go.
Let them be in their own communities, believing what they want to believe, eating what they want. But you know what, Glow? If they're listen, I hear you. Like, let them have it. Let them. There's a great book called "Let Them." Like, just let them. Right. But
Hmm.
if you're going to make this decision and you're gonna kind of settle down and have an all white neighborhood, whatever you want to do, right? Do your thing.
Hmm.
But like, I was this woman who has a podcast. She's posted this on Instagram. She has this great podcast. I think I sent it to you. Do you remember her name?
I've had it. I think it's the I've had it ladies, the two white ladies, two blonde white ladies.
Yes.
One's like for one, they're both very feisty and they wear the red lipstick. I
Yes.
think it's Jennifer was the one that had,
Okay, Jennifer.
yeah.
So she basically went on this tirade about this and said basically like if you're going to do this and you want to be in these all white, completely white spaces and not have anybody of any kind of like culture in, then don't watch sports. Don't go to a Mexican restaurant and eat. You know what I mean? Like, don't
Hmm.
engage and partake in things where people of color, where it's our culture and we are part of it, right? Don't listen to rap music. Just don't. Go to Crackle
Hmm.
Barrel. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Cracker Barrel's having problems now too.
listen to the country music. Like, don't, you know what I mean? Eat green bean casserole, like whatever you're.
Well, wait a minute. Well, wait a minute now. I don't have a problem. You have a problem with green bean casserole?
I just think it's,
I like green bean
ooh, I
casserole.
think it's nasty.
I make a very good green bean casserole.
Okay, well,
If you
maybe
do it with
yours
fresh
is
beans,
special. But yeah, it's like
you
that. You make
anyway,
yours black. You make a black green bean casserole. Yours tastes different.
I don't know if that's a thing. I don't think it is.
But my point is, like, don't you're if you're gonna live in this community in the middle of nowhere in the Ozarks, like, don't be Uber eating. Don't be like sending out for no like Mexican food. On Uber Eats. Like, don't. How are you gonna keep everybody else out, but then enjoy the benefits of culture?
Mm-hmm.
That just doesn't seem fair. Sports, how many black, you know what I mean? There's so many black athletes. Like music, there's so much music that's influenced by black people. Like if you truly want to be whites only, then don't just live in it, but like walk the walk and you talk the talk, like, and do your own white shit. Don't, you know what I'm saying?
What if we take it back even further?
Mm.
In any inventions that were made by women or black people or black women, they couldn't have either.
Yeah.
So things like
No peanut butter, no peanut butter.
no peanut, exactly. They can't have any peanut butter.
Mhm.
Uh, they can't even have like the mops that you squish themselves. That was created by a black woman. No security systems. Like there's so many
Oh,
things.
yeah. So many things. So
Take
many things.
all of those things, anything that was invented by a person who's not doesn't fit there, who can live in their community. Let's take all those inventions away too.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, wait, what's the thing with Crackle Barrel? You said there's something going on with Crackle Barrel again?
Yeah, so they changed their logo,
Yeah.
and there are some people who, because right now they just changed it to it's just a font, so there's no longer a barrel, and there's no longer like a little guy that's like leaning on the barrel.
Mhm.
And so now it's just the words Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
And they're saying that Cracker Barrel has gone woke
Why? Because they
because
took
they
away
took
a
away
barrel?
and the little white guy that's next to the barrel. So I know, I know, and they call us snowflakes. So anyway, so people are upset with Cracker. Not people. There are some people,
Mhm.
the people who are probably building their place in Arkansas, who are upset
Mhm.
about Cracker Barrels. I guess the little man in the barrel is part of I don't know, identity, I guess.
Wow.
I don't know.
I don't understand it. I don't. And I'm open and willing to talk to folks. That's the thing. Like I said, the guy, a friend of a friend, we all were hanging out together in this bar and I just put it, and he was willing to talk to me about it. That's the thing. He was like,
Mm. I would like to ask someone like that, so what do they feel like is too far?
What's too far? You
When
mean in terms of Trump? What could he do to make it you turn against him kind of thing?
or like
Oh.
him, not just him though, but like the country.
Mm.
What do does he feel? Let's put the money aside, which I know it's very hard to put money aside, particularly in a capitalist
Mhm.
society,
Yeah.
but like in other ways does he feel like we are moving in the right direction?
Mm-hmm.
And then also, I mean, I have so many questions like, do they look at him and think like that's a good person?
Mm. Yeah.
Do they say,
I
oh,
don't think
that's a
so.
good man?
I don't think he thinks everything about Trump is good. Like he basically said, I ignore all the social shit, but he just turns a blind eye to all that stuff. And I don't
How?
understand how someone can do that. Huh?
Well, I think he can do that because the things that are happening may not be directly affecting him. So,
Mhm.
for instance,
Yeah.
like cuts to Medicaid, it may not be directly affecting him,
Mm.
so he doesn't have to pay attention to it. Or
That is true.
gay marriage, like,
Mhm.
if he doesn't have a gay marriage,
Mhm.
then he doesn't have to look at it because it's not directly affecting
Affecting
him.
them.
Or if he's looking at the price of eggs, maybe he doesn't go to the store. Maybe he doesn't know what eggs cost and whether or not they're going
Mhm.
up or down.
Or he has enough
So,
money that he doesn't care how much eggs cost.
right. So
Yeah.
that's where I think, which to me feels like very out of touch. And it's never just about you, right?
Mhm.
It's I think about these things as like the greater good, right?
Mhm.
I'm not being affected by Medicaid right now.
Yeah.
I can afford to buy my eggs right now. I don't have a gay marriage that I am trying to protect,
Mhm.
but I can also look at the greater good
Yeah.
and take that a couple steps out from myself and think, okay, how would this be affecting other people?
I was thinking
Is
that,
this,
like, what would affect him? And I was thinking because he has all
yeah.
these properties and he has people, immigrants who are cleaning his properties and building his properties and all of those things. If they all
Mhm.
got deported, he would be screwed. Then what would you know what I mean? Then it would affect him, and then maybe he would be like, "Oh, wait, what is this Trump guy doing? What's going on with immigration and him deporting all these people?" But you're right. If it doesn't affect him at all, then he's not gonna like his nothing's that light bulb's not gonna go off.
Yeah. And that would be hitting him in his pocketbook. And that is something that a lot of people
Yeah,
that does make people kind of pay attention is when you
exactly. Yep.
them in the pocketbook.
Yep.
Remember that play Day of Absence? Do you remember that play?
Yes, yes. Tell our audience
Right.
about that play, A Day of Absence.
So in this play Day of Absence, I remember I used to teach it when I was at the University of Illinois. So anyway, in this play,
By Douglas Turner Ward.
okay. So in this play, as Zena said, by Douglas Turner Ward, it's Black people playing the characters, but all the Black people are in whiteface.
Mhm.
And so what happens is they wake up one morning and all of the Black people are gone. And so I was playing this white woman, this white lady, and my baby was crying in the other room. And I was just like, what is that? Like, who is that? Like, somebody do something. Because it's like the idea that this woman was never, this white lady wasn't taking care of her baby. And so that whoever the Black nanny was not there that day. So in Day of Absence, all the Black people are gone and the town basically falls apart. And then, you know, by the end of the play, you wake up and everything's back to normal.
Mm.
I wonder what would happen if there was a day of absence for all, Black people, brown people, Asian people, like everybody, gay people,
The
if like
economy would
everybody.
shut the fuck down. That's what would happen. Like, it would not be pretty.
Yeah, that's why I always feel you got to hit people in their pocketbook.
That's when they know it because that's when they're affected and that's when they take notice. You're right. I don't know. Um, we're in a really weird time. So I don't know that there's much to say. It's like the idealist in me is like wanting to have a conversation and talk and like try to see each other's side and really try to listen and hear and like maybe some of that can happen. Like the guy in the bar that I talked to, we did have a conversation. And I did try to express my feelings around it. So it's not everybody that doesn't listen, but I feel like it's harder to have those conversations now than it was back in the day.
And honestly, I think some of those conversations you can't have with certain people
Yeah.
because I think certain people won't be able to hear you. I think that sometimes it's best when those conversations are had with like, if I could talk to another Black woman about it,
Hmm.
then I might be able to hear me. But I think sometimes it's harder to hear across gender and harder to hear across race.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like those conversations need to be had in other little pods that maybe perhaps feel safer for everybody
Hmm.
to have those conversations. But
Now, would you want to live in an all black society? Like if it was like Something like.
Well, I live in Atlanta, so I'm very close. I'm very close.
But I
I
like diverse. It is. It's a diverse city, right? But would you like?
It is a diverse city, but I gotta tell you, Z, like
Mhm.
there are days that I go now where I just don't see anybody but Black people.
Oh wow.
And I went to Sprouts, and it was just like all Black people, except for one white guy. I call him Steve.
Hmm.
And he was just like a white guy that was just like trying not to get in the way. He was just, oh, excuse me, sorry. I'm sorry. I was like, you're all right. Everything's okay. But literally everybody else in the store was Black. We went from, every spectrum of Black humanity was up in there, from like fancy bags to like gel,
Yeah.
baby hair. Everybody was up in there. And Steve, who was just trying to be white and not in the way. And I was like, wow, other than Steve,
Yeah.
I've gone days
Mm.
without seeing anybody
I
else
just
except
can't
for
imagine living in a completely homogeneous. Is it homogeneous? Is that what it would be considered?
homogenous. Yeah.
Homogeneous, like I don't know how that would work for me. Like with any kind of thing.
I mean, the idea place for me would be multiculti. That would be the preference. It would just be all kinds of people where we have similar
Hmm.
beliefs in
Yep.
how the world works,
Hmm.
and we'd work together and communally. That would be That would be the idea. It doesn't have to be all Black. We can have other people in there too. We all just got to be cool.
Let's end on this note. Do you think that Trump will actually intervene on behalf of Caitlin Clark and
What's
protecting
going
her?
on with What's going on with Caitlin Clark?
They're saying she needs added protection, that she's fouled too hard, and that black women, black players are purposely hurting her on the court, and that she needs to
What?
be protected from them. Yes, look it up. It's insane.
Wow. Well, wow.
Hmm.
Huh. That is one for me to grow on. I'm gonna have to look this up.
Look,
On a side note, have you seen those videos where Caitlin Clark is like looking at other women?
yes, they're amazing. They're amazing. Like they're she's looking at them like they're a tasty treat, honey. She is
I
like,
know.
those are so funny.
Okay,
Those are
Susan.
so funny. Oh my goodness.
All right.
On that note,
All right. Thanks so much for listening to My Best X. Make sure you're following us on Instagram and even over there on TikTok if you feel like it. Talk to you later. Bye.
bye.